Welcome to the John Trading channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you my price prediction for Jasmy in 2023. Can Jasmy coin go from its current low here at 0.4 of a cent and go up to the all-time high over 75x away? Find out in this video, so make sure you're watching until the end. First, what is Jasmy coin? Jasmy coin, also known as Jasmy, is a cryptocurrency project of the Jasmy Corporation, a Tokyo-based Internet of Things provider headed by ex-Sony executives, which is extremely important, including former Sony president, and I don't want to butcher his name. What is Jasmy and how does the Jasmy coin work? What is the Jasmy coin used for? Let's keep reading. Jasmy is an IoT business headquartered in Tokyo, Japan, revolves around buying and selling data. Specifically, Jasmy matches service providers with people who use data. Service providers collate user-owned data from a variety of sources to package and sell on the data. One example could be a financial services institution selling customer information to a third-party insurance company. So actually being able to sell your data, store your data, and definitely have security behind your data. So I'm definitely interested in Jasmy coin. Plus, they're also headed by ex-Sony executives. So they've had massive positions in Sony, a massive corporation, and it shows that truly these people know what they're doing and they've got the right people in the right places for this company. Businesses are required to hold a certain amount of Jasmy coin in order to use the Jasmy platform. This principle should theoretically drive up the value of Jasmy coin cryptocurrency for institutional and retail investors as the platform uptake increases. We can actually see that right now the current market cap of Jasmy coin is 221 million. So it's a fairly valued coin, but what we're expecting to potentially go up to that 75x of the all-time high would be somewhere around that $14 billion mark, which definitely wouldn't be unrealistic, especially when we're in a bull market for the cryptocurrencies not very far away. Let's actually look at the current price action for Jasmy coin. Right here, we're on this weekly time frame. You can actually see what's been happening lately. The exponential moving average has been slightly up and slightly down, actually showing that we're in a trading range. So people have been selling high and people have been buying low, potentially at the perfect area now. We're now at the bottom of this trading range. People have been selling high in this trading range. Even if we just look for a short trade to the upside, that's over 65%. But I truly believe that this would be a decent opportunity in this area because we're at the bottom of this trading range. Obviously, this isn't financial advice, and this is just something that I'm doing, and I will show you guys along. This area is definitely of interest to me since we're at the bottom of this trading range. We would then at least come back to retest some of these areas. Reason being is we did have a symmetrical triangle in this area, and we always come to retest the apex of the symmetrical triangle, which we basically retested in early 2023 and then of April just not very long ago. But there's also these strong support areas in this area, since once we get a breakdown of this support area, it's going to act as a resistance. As it's done now, we got that breakdown, it's now going to act as a resistance, and you can see it right here in the market. So that would be a key area that we would need to see. Once we get a break above this area, potentially would come back, use it as a support before then making even higher moves to the upside. But what we're really looking for is an actual retest of the all-time high for Jasmy. Since it only released in late 2021, there hasn't been a massive amount of price action. A lot of the times I like to use this trend-based Fibonacci extension tool, but I'd need some earlier price up here to then bring it to the high and then extend it to this current low, and then we get a price target somewhere around this 1618 to 175 level known as the golden zone. But since we haven't had enough price action, I'm not really able to do so. If I do it on the trend-based Fibonacci, bring it to the low, bring it to the high, and then bring it down, although it might definitely give me some numbers, it's not really using some accurate prices back here. But that's why what I would really look for is at least a retest back at this all-time high. If we're at this current price and we go back above this all-time high here, you can see that current price is over 75x away, somewhere around 74 to 76x on your current money. But you would need to see that market cap of already $220 million also do the same thing. We'd need to see it go up by 75x, which if we compare it to the current cryptocurrencies right now, you can see Bitcoin has a market cap of $500 billion. If we say got up to this $14 billion market cap, you can see that that would take over spot number 7 on coin market cap. But we really haven't made a massive price movement on Bitcoin. So especially if we're going into all-time highs, all these numbers will basically double to triple at an absolute minimum, which would mean we'd probably need to be in the top 20 coins for this to actually come true and for Jasmy to reach again to this all-time high level. And since there isn't that much price action to actually go off, see in this area we basically had no support. This was really a support area because through here we had multiple touches of this downside before we made really strong pushes to the downside. You can see why it's acting as a resistance. But if you scroll out a little bit more, you really can't see. The price initially opened up here. There was no support, but you could see there definitely was a little bit of resistance. So maybe on the daily time frame, there might have been a bit of a support here. You could see we got that breakout to the downside, then came up, retested this area again, which then acted as resistance. Initially would have acted as a support level. So this probably could be the next level that you would look for. We're initially, again, waiting for a break above this level, because what we would need to see is initially there's resistance in this area. There's resistance in this area. We would need to get a break above this area. We would then come back, retest this resistance level. It would then act like a support level before then looking for our second target. So our second target would be somewhere in this area as well, around that 4-cent mark to around 5-cent mark. You can see that there is a little bit of support. This wasn't really confirmed, but you can go down on the daily time frame and definitely find a little bit of support. But it even confirms better here, where it actually turns into a resistance level. So it shows if price was to move up to here from its current price, let's actually look how far that is. That's roughly 7x to 8x on your money. So even that is an absolutely fantastic trade, especially when you're buying low. Always the goal of trading is to be buying low and selling high. And right now we're at the bottom of a trading range, which excites me even better and actually gives you the best price you really can. Because if you bought just a couple of weeks ago on this big red candle through here, you would be down already over 33% on your money. So really, when you're buying low, you really can't do much better than that, because the goal is to always buy low and sell high in these areas. So even that would be an over 7x on your money. But the true goal of what we are looking for is to reach back to these all-time highs in this area. And if we can, then what I would expect is actually to get a break above this area, even come back and use this as a support area. So once this resistance level gets broken through, it will then come back and act as a support level. Then we'd look for another move to the upside, hopefully making basically a 3-wave push, getting this 1 push, 2 push, and 3 push, overall making that 5 wave, also confirming with the Elliott wave, also looking at this old all-time high, because there's probably people that were still long in this position right here, even up until this 26-cent mark. There's people who are in their portfolio right now still holding Jasmy to this day, and they're down over 90 to 95% on their money. So there would even be ulterior sellers, as their old sellers getting out of the market saying, thank you, Jesus, we were down 95% and we now made a 70x back to our money. Thank you, I'll finally get out now. So I do think in this area would be decent. You could make a trend-based Fibonacci extension, but there's just not enough price action to really show you on this particular coin. So it is what it is at this point. But what we're really going for is an old all-time high. The Jasmy coin definitely has some really solid founders behind it, and that is a major core part of the business. And without those solid founders, then I would definitely not even be able to think that we could make this 75x back to the all-time high. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, leave a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed and you hit the bell icon. Plus leave a comment if you're enjoying these daily crypto videos.